So I just want to say something, and it's gonna make everyone mad. It's gonna piss everybody off. It's not that there are societal norms for men and female. There's men and women. And it's not that you need to be fighting them. It's not that anyone wants to hear about you fight. It's not. Most people aren't bothered by you fighting stigmas. They're bothered that you feel the need to shove that shit in people's faces. Oh, I'm not like a normal blank because I do blank. I'm not like a normal blank because I do blank. That's what people do. They do this, and then they become obsessed with, oh, that makes me special, so I gotta keep doing it, and keep doing it. And that's my brand, and that's my label, and that's my gig, and that's my thing. But guess what? There was someone that did it before you, and there's gonna be someone that does it after you, and they might do it better than you. They might do it worse than you. They might bring it more up front. They might be more fucking graphic about it. But you know what? You're not really changing any worlds. Because everyone knows, like men singing Britney Spears, whether the guy's gay or not, everyone knows that there's men out there that enjoy singing Britney Spears, whether it's in their car, whether it's with their 5-year-old, whether it's, at a club dressed as a woman. It doesn't matter. It exists. And by you doing it, you're not breaking down any walls. Most of the shit that you're thinking that you're breaking down major fucking walls and tearing down fucking cities and changing national orders, you think you are by doing this little fucking tiny thing that no one gives a fuck about besides you. Guess what? You're not changing shit. If you're wearing makeup and you're a man, you're just changing what your face looks like. If you're wearing makeup and you're a woman, guess what? Makeup was originally designed for men to wear into battle, so fuck yeah. So any guy that tries to tell you lipstick is for girls, bitch, wear. If you actually look, gender roles have been fought your entire life if you fucking stop and think about it. Because originally, high heels were designed for men to wear while they were on horses, not for anyone to fucking walk around in. Let me say that again. High heels were made to be worn by men on horses, but by men. High heels and makeup were originally meant to be worn by men. And someday, some woman thought, you know what? I'm gonna wear that too. And you know what? I'm pretty sure that woman was doing it because she wanted to, or maybe she was curious as to what it was like, or maybe she wanted to wear, she was going into battle to fight in someone's place like Mulan did, and she just, did those things to fit into the outfit. She wasn't trying to change any fucking stereotypes or anything, or gender roles or whatever. Because, back in those fucking days, they had real goddamn problems, and they had to fight against those instead of, oh my god. But if I get my nails painted and I'm a guy, everyone's gonna laugh at me, right? But fuck it, I'm gonna do it anyway, because I give, 0 fucks. And they can suck these nuts if they don't like it, because that's ridiculous. You know what? And some people say it is a major problem, because you have people being discriminated against, and you have people being hated on, and you have people killing themselves because they can't take a comment from a stranger. Or anyone, for that matter. I'm not trans. I'm not gay. I'm not any of the things that most of this shit applies to. But if I was, I'm fairly certain that if it was who I was really meant to be, and I believe that's who I truly was, it would not matter who said what to me about it. Because I would be living for myself. I wouldn't be slaying. I wouldn't be asking for yas on a comment board. I would be living for myself. I'd be doing what I wanted, and I'd be being who I wanted to be, and I'd be proud of it. And if someone didn't like me, I would look at them and simply say, fine, you don't like me. It doesn't change that, you are who you are, and I am who I am. You can dislike me without being violent towards me. That is a problem. The problems that I see are people that are violent because someone's ideals don't match up and align exactly with their own. If you are purposely going out of your way to be rude to somebody, that is a problem. I'm not saying that everyone needs to just learn how to take a joke, because if someone comes up and punches you in the face, or someone sends you a rape or death threat online because you're trans or gay, or, anything that isn't exactly like them, if they send you those kinds of things, if they try and do those things to you, that is absolutely 110% wrong. So before anyone comments on this video saying that I didn't take that into account, I obviously have. And some people are going, Jess, why do you keep making videos like this when you're not those things? I'm not. And I don't make a lot of videos. And it's the only time I really make videos is when I feel that something needs to be said. And a lot of people have already said this. A lot of people have said that, oh, you're just a special snowflake, you just want to be special. And I can understand that some people don't want to be special. They just want to be respected in their own skin for who they are. That I can respect. That I can, deal with. But there's circumstances where that's not needed. Like, you don't need to, shove shit in people's face. You're gay, fine, whatever. You don't need to tell everyone. And no, I'm not trying to stifle the fact that you're gay. No, I'm not trying to keep you from being able to find a mate. No, I'm not trying to take your rights away as a gay person. But I feel like if I was, I would tell the people close to me. I would tell the person I was dating, or wanted to date, and I would tell the people that I was related to, or the people that I lived with, or my friends. I wouldn't tell, if I was an athlete, or if I was a movie star, or had my own talk show or something like that, I wouldn't tell everyone, because really, it's none of their business. Now, if, as is the case with a lot of these things, the person is gay, but they've been in a closet, and they've been dating women for a long time, if it's a guy, or if it's a girl, they've been dating men for a long time. If someone is dating someone of the opposite sex for a long time, and you see them dating someone of the same sex, it's probably just safer to assume they are bi, or that maybe they are gay. Don't sit there and ask them about it. Because, in reality, if you honestly don't care, if it doesn't change a damn thing about your own life, why are you asking? Because it's the same thing as asking any other question about someone's personal business or sex life. If you wouldn't walk up to someone, if you wouldn't walk up to a stranger and ask them something that is on your tax return, don't ask someone if they're straight or gay. If you wouldn't walk up to that person and ask them their social security number, if you wouldn't walk up to them and ask them, would you like to hear about the word of Jesus Christ? If you wouldn't walk up to them and ask them how they got their hair to do that, if you wouldn't walk up to them and ask them what they had for lunch, do not ask them for no reason, out of thin air, and to a stranger, if they're gay or straight. Or even if they're an acquaintance. Or even if you know them a little bit. Or even if they're your best fucking friend. If they come to you and tell you that, it's completely different. And actually, you should probably respect them a lot for that, because it probably took them a lot of fucking courage to tell you. Especially since people want to tell that. If most people, famous people aside, because most famous people, I think they feel the need and the responsibility of the people that follow them on social media and, follow their careers and things, they feel the responsibility because they feel like those people are in a way their friends, because those people help build them into what they are. And I understand that. But celebrities should understand they don't have to share those things. As a person, you're not obligated to share those things with anybody. But at the same time, I can understand somebody telling somebody that they care about telling them. So, I'm just saying what I would do if I was a celebrity and I was coming and realizing that about myself, and, felt like I needed to tell anybody. I would tell people that I was, close to, and that would be it. But, if you wouldn't, you probably shouldn't ask people if they're, what their sexuality is, what their gender is. Now, if they tell you, if you mistakenly call them by the wrong pronouns and they tell you about it, accept it and just be like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, for one, I didn't mean to drop my iPod and restart, and have to jump cut from this to this, and whatever. But, one, can I say something? If you are a trans or gay person and somebody mislabels you or something, you do not have to flip completely the fuck out on them to tell them that. If people have been doing that to you a lot lately, then, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to the half of the community that is not like you, that doesn't, take into account that, hey, someone might not be what you're calling them. They might not want to be addressed as a he. They might want to be addressed as a she. They might want to be addressed as, this or that. And I'm not meaning to dismiss it. I'm just saying if someone mislabels you, don't have to jump in their face and be like, hey, you didn't fucking say that. I'm a fucking woman, not a fucking man. Fine. I'm sorry if I called you a woman when you refer to yourself as a man. I apologize for that. And I don't have any close friends that are trans. I don't, and I'll admit that. So maybe a lot of the things that I've seen in videos on YouTube that were made by trans people, because I've always had a little bit of a curiosity about it, because in my head I always thought that, maybe it was like they realized it one day and then they felt so bad because, one, they never realized it before, and two, they felt confused because they were in the wrong body, you know what I mean? Like, and maybe I want to understand it so that if I ever have a friend or someone close to me that comes to me and says, hey, I'm trans, I'm not ignorant to it, and I don't misjudge them, mislabel them, or make them feel horrible about it. Because I may never interact with someone like that. I may never have that situation arise in my life. But if I ever do, there are a lot of situations in my life where I have been quick to judge, and quick to label, and quick to be unsympathetic, and, just put my opinions out there and not care about someone else's. And there are parts of me that thinks that in some rights I'm right. And there are parts of me that hates that part of me, because I know that there's a possibility I may not be, because they see things obviously very different than me. Because I'm not them, as in I'm not them, and as in I'm not trans, or, that I don't know how they feel and how they perceive the world around them. Kind of like someone that doesn't have a mental illness, and I'm not calling trans mental illness, It contributes to mental illnesses like depression and stuff like that, but I'm not calling it that. It's kind of like someone with a severe mental illness, like, let's say, schizophrenia, probably perceives the world much harsher or much differently than most people that don't have schizophrenia. And even people that have a different form of schizophrenia. But the thing is, it's just like, whether you are trans and you're telling someone that your pronouns are this and that versus that, you don't have to put it in their face. And if you are told that you mislabeled someone, do not sit there and rag on them about, oh, you should just be happy with what you have. You should just be, realize that who you are is who you are and love yourself no matter what, because you don't know. You literally don't know, obviously. And that is my video. I apologize for it, like, in the middle, just jumping into a different camera angle. I apologize, because I know that's very confusing. I apologize for looking at me and the thing to the camera, to me to the camera. And thank you for watching. And there's a lot of things I covered in this video. And that's why I say thanks for watching, because it's probably a little bit confusing. It was a little bit, weird. But yeah, thanks for watching.